I'm already live. Is that water okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Do you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. I see you now.
Yeah. Got 6 people
I
already.
see that. Hello. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys all doing today? So we're just going to give it a few minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't usually take too long. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I am a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now since 1993. Here on my lives, I get you to ask your question. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but please don't spam me, okay? Also, if you have an obscure username, just put your initials or your name in with your question, okay? You can find me on YouTube and on Instagram under Rebecca Dragonheart as well. Okay, and we've got a few people on, so we can start now.
All right. Our first question here is from Jessica, who asks, a love reading, please.
For sure. So Jessica, it feels like you've had some difficulties in relationships, and you are one that you give your heart, but you're also very protective of yourself. So you're not fully opening yourself up. And I hear for you, you have a lot of potential relationships around you is what it sounds like. So there's a lot of people around you that you could potentially be in a relationship with. If you're in a relationship with somebody now, it doesn't feel like that's your forever person. I feel like for you, you've got some self-discovery that's got to happen. And then within the next year, I'm seeing somebody who is a really strong match coming into your life. Okay, so it's not this year, but next year. You have a lot of stuff that you got to work on for yourself to get there. Okay, so that you can be the match that you need to be for this person. But this person is definitely like your future. Okay. All right.
Our next question is from Perry, who asks, will Dan and I have a baby? Gender?
Yeah, I'm hearing that you're going to, it feels like you're getting pregnant soon, honey. So that's like happening. It's around you. I feel the energy, and I'm getting male. So it's going to be a boy. Okay. So be ready, because it feels like you're going to be pregnant very soon. All right.
Our next question is from Debbie, who is our #1 gifter at the moment.
Oh, thank you, Debbie.
And she asks, when will I move house?
So it looks not yet, honey. I'm hearing it's going to be 2024 for you. Okay. So just be patient, stay where you are for now. And it feels like that's when your new home is going to open up for you. Okay. All right.
We did jump up quite a lot. You just want to go over the rules and your
Sure,
readings?
I'll go over my readings and all of that. So if you guys do want to book a private session with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. I will make an announcement. I do this on all of my lives now. I'm publishing my first children's book. It's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it is exactly what it sounds like. So it's the soul before it comes here, what it looks like on the other side, and what that experience is like before we come into incarnation here on this planet from a psychic's point of view. If it's something that you would be interested in, you can find it on my website as well under The Little Light, okay? And that's I don't know if I said this already, but www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Also, if you're new to my channel here, the way it works is don't spam me, give me a few minutes, allow me to respond. If I haven't, then feel free to ask your question again, okay? And if you have an obscure username, just put your initials or your name in with your question so we know who we're addressing, okay? And that's it.
All right.
All right, thanks for the gifts.
Our next question here is from Andrea, who asks, I'm going through a lot right now. How do I get out of this funk?
So it feels to me like there's a lot of clearing that's happening, honey. So there's a lot of past trauma, best way to put it, that you've got to work yourself through, okay? We're going through a lot of shadow stuff right now. So journaling for you is going to be really helpful, strengthening your communication with your spirit guides, okay? So if you aren't aware or familiar on how that works, your guides are with you all the time. And so you communicate with them, ask them for that assistance and that guidance. And I feel like for you, it's like put positive things in your brain, okay? So don't be watching anything that's going to bring you down, make you feel blah or negative or anything that's got some heavy energy to it. Just really reaffirming this positive stuff is what I'm hearing for you, okay, honey? Just while you're going through what you're going through, journaling is going to be your best friend is what I'm hearing. It's going to help you just clear away a lot of this negative energy that you're feeling around you. All right. Thank you so much for those explosions. Those are fun.
Our next question here is from Amanda, who asks, will I move out of New York before I get a job?
Not before you get a job, no. I feel like what's happening is there's going to be an offer or something where you're heading. And so you kind of want to wait for that to happen. Okay, honey, don't jump the gun. It's like going one step sooner than you should. So try to get the job. I see you doing stuff online. So trying to find a job online is what I'm seeing, and getting that as an option first, okay, before you just take that leap. Okay? All right.
We've got a couple messages saying that we're freezing, so maybe just give it a second.
Oh, okay. Weird. My internet's good.
All right.
All right.
Our next question is from our second top gifter, who is Samira. And they ask, is Asima planning on coming forward? If so, when?
So I'm getting resistance there, and I don't know if there's like fear or what's going on that side, but it feels like there's this like, I don't want to take that step forward, or I don't want to do it. Okay. So I feel like you're going to have to give some support in that area. It feels like maybe energetic support. So getting into a meditative state and just like, it's going to be okay kind of energy is what I would send. Okay. Otherwise, no, I don't feel that that's going to happen. So they need the energetic support in a big way. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Taryn, who has sent us a lot of gifts.
Oh, thank you, honey.
And they ask, is Joseph my forever person?
So Joseph is definitely a great vibrational match for you, honey. Forever is, I think, not necessarily in this case, but it feels long-term, okay? And the only reason why I say not necessarily is that you are shifting and changing, and you change really quickly, and you need a partner that can keep up with you. And it feels like that's not going to necessarily be the case long-term, okay? So they may be able to keep up with you in the beginning, but it feels like maybe as you're going, they're not going to be able to keep up with you. And so you're going to find that there's going to be too much of a difference between you and him, okay? So, but it's still a good relationship, and it's definitely one that you need to be kind of a part of right now, okay?
All right. Our next question is from Rebecca, who asks, will my appeal be in my favor? And that she is our number 2 gifter.
Thank you, Rebecca. So what I'm hearing, honey, is that it is mostly in your favor, but it feels like there might be some kind of, so it's not 100% going to be for you. Okay. So there might be just a couple of things on there, or something on there that isn't fully in on your side. Okay. But that being said, for the most part, it does feel like it is going to be in your favor. Okay. It's just going to be small little things that you're gonna be like, that's not fair, but I feel like you're gonna deal with it. Okay. All right, honey. Thanks for the gifts, you guys. All right, next question, honey.
All right. Hannah asks, any messages from my Nana for my mom, Veronica? She'd love to hear something. Thank you.
So your Nana, it's funny, she comes around not as often as you guys would like. So she feels very busy. busy, which means there's a lot of people that she visits, okay? And so she spends a lot of time just kind of checking in on everybody. What I get mostly from her is, I mean, she's honestly just a very social energy. So it's like I'm not stuck with anybody, and you guys don't seem to feel like you need her to be there to make you feel better about things. Okay, so she's just kind of floating around doing her thing. She's there every time you guys are doing family stuff. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that, and she almost wants you to put a spot out for her. Now that can be at the table, or that can be just, you know, having her picture there, or whatever it is, but she does want to be recognized that, hey, I'm still here, even though it may not be necessarily physical, right? She does tell me that she sends your mom birds. So let your mom know that, and that's when she'll know that she's around. Okay? Yeah.
All right.
Aw, thank you guys.
Our next question is from our number 1 gifter, Linda, who asks, is Alex the one for me?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I got no reservations there, and just absolutely, it's like light and so it's good. So what I'm going to give you for advice, honey, is take things one step at a time. Don't jump to the end, okay? Enjoy the process, because it's going to be fun. Thank you so much, you guys. All right.
All right.
Take these bracelets off. Thanks so much.
Our next question is from Stephanie, who says, "Hi, Rebecca. I'm at a crossroads. Where do you see me career-wise?"
So it looks like with you, honey, you've got to do a whole change, and I'm seeing you doing some kind of upgrading or education. Now, I don't see you going into school. I see you doing something online and then maybe some small group sessions somewhere. It feels to me like you've got to shift completely from what you've been doing and move more in alignment with who you are. I'm feeling it's more about people. So you can move into HR, or you could even go into alternative modalities is what I'm hearing with you. Okay, so it's really about helping people get through their emotions and get through their stuff. Okay, that's going to help you do what you need to be doing. It's really a whole overhaul. So I do see you taking some online courses, honey. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Veronica, who asks, "Any messages from my brother?"
Yeah, so there's a song that's been playing, honey. I want you to keep paying attention to this. He's using it to kind of speak with you. There is stuff that's coming up in this next month or two that it's going to be a bit heavy, and he feels like he wants to be around to help you with that. Okay, honey? So paying attention to the music that's coming up repetitively, and it feels like it's coming up in weird spots. So I don't know what he means by that, but it's coming up in weird ways. So you're going to want to pay attention. The messages are literally, I'm here to support you. So let him, okay? Ask him to give you the support that you are going to need, and he's there to help with crossing over and this energy of that. Okay, honey? All right. Thanks so much, you guys.
Our next question is from Beauty, who has sent us a number of gifts.
Oh, thank you,
and she asks, "Will I be in a committed relationship with Masabe?"
So it does feel like this is definitely the path that you're heading towards, honey. But it does feel like it's moving slowly. So open up in a more gentle way, but I guess be more receptive, because it feels like there's a little bit of fear or resistance happening here. So be a little bit more receptive, and yeah, it feels like this is the right person. Okay, this is the right relationship for you. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Amber, who asks, "Any messages from my uncle?"
Yeah, your uncle is a character. Holy cow. So there's a favorite chair or something I see him sitting in, and it's like, this is where he stays. This is where he sits, and he listens, and he's active in your space, honey. So he does make your lights flicker. He does make the electronics go kind of weird and wonky. Something about the toaster. I don't know exactly what he means by that, but maybe check your toaster, because usually they tell me those things for a reason. So just check to make sure it's not frayed or something. That's a warning, I think. And really, he's just very much a lot in your space. So you guys have a pretty strong connection. It feels to me like he spends majority of his time with you, more so than anybody else in the family. Even though there are other family members who would probably want to see him, it feels like for whatever reason he's very supportive with you. Okay, so I'd be open and receptive. I don't know, this chair, he keeps just showing me him sitting in, it's like a recliner chair, and he's just literally chill. Like just such a relaxed energy. So, he's around, and he's definitely enjoying being around. So he's there for you guys. All right? Thank you, honey.
Meg, M-A-G, asks, "When will I meet my next romantic partner?"
So I hear that it's going to be mid-2023 for you, honey. There is some energy that you got to clear, okay? And you got to get clear on what you're looking for in your partner, so that you are attracting a new type of energy instead of attracting the same experience, okay? And that's the main thing that I hear for you. You've had, if you look at the last few partners, they're kind of the same personalities, and it's time for a change is what I'm hearing for you, okay? I get the name Dave or David. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Jess, who asks, "Any messages from my mom?"
Mm-hmm. So your mom, honey, is definitely watching out for you. More than anything, she's trying to help you with your relationships. So when I hear that, it just typically means that she's trying to help you have strong relationships in your life. Love as well. She is very... she wants you to have a very happy love experience. So she's showing me that, I'm bringing her good friends. I'm bringing her these types of relationships. I don't know if you're in a relationship right now, but I feel like that's going to shift or change. And I feel like your mom is bringing somebody who's a little bit more in alignment. I hear the name Joshua, so I don't know who that is. That could be the person, or it could be somebody who is going to help you have that person come into your life. But I feel like there's going to be a shift in your life that way, okay? And she's really a big part of that. She's just trying to really strengthen the people in your life so that you have the net that you need when things go down, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Chelsea, who is one of our top gifters.
Thanks, Chelsea.
And they ask, is Grant my divine counterpart?
Oh, most definitely. I love the way you said that. Vibrationally, you guys are definitely at the same tonality, okay? So that means, now what I do see is different things going on for you guys, but you're both on that same learning and same forward momentum. So you guys are it's a really great energy, and what I'm seeing is it's like you're bringing out the best in each of you. You're both very different, and yet bringing out the best in each of you. So this is somebody that you want to hang on to, not too tightly. Of course, you just want to have the experience, but do it slowly, honey, okay? Because I know you are very intuitive yourself. You can sense things are moving in that direction, and sometimes you kind of jump the gun. So your guides are telling you slow down, take it slow, but this is definitely a good vibrational match for you, okay, honey? Thank you so much. I love the wreath. It's so pretty.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Bethany, who asks, is my dog Hazel around me?
Yeah, you've got actually 3 dogs I'm seeing with you. So I don't know if you've had other dogs that have crossed over, but I'm seeing three dogs with you, okay? And they're different sizes. Everybody's different sizes. You got medium size, and there's a small dog with you as well. That one's fun. What you want to pay attention to, honey, is the noises, because I'm hearing the noises around the house, and sometimes you'll hear things, or you'll get the pull to look over here, and that's the energy. You also do have a female energy with you as well that's been trying to get your attention too, okay? So start being more open and receptive. When you feel something, ask. Go in and be like, who is it? Who do I feel? And let them communicate with you, including the dogs. All right. Wow.
All right.
Thank you so much. That was a really fun one, that
yes,
flower thing.
That was from Pina Yaz. There she is. Okay. Anyways, our next question here is from Genin, who asks, when will I hear from Robert?
So I'm hearing that there is a little bit of time in between. It's about 3 months is what I'm hearing. I don't know what's going on there with him energetically. It feels like I need some space or time to deal with stuff that's going on. So it's about 3 months for you, honey. Okay, so we're May, June, July. So, all right. Oh, those are fun. All right.
All right.
Oh, that's a new one.
All right. Our next question here is from Jennifer, who asks, any messages from my dad?
So Jennifer, with your dad, honey, I sense him behind you a lot. So he stands behind you, hands on your shoulder. He's very, I don't know, it's like an anchoring kind of a feeling. So I'm here to help keep you strengthened in your resolve about things, okay? I don't know what you're going through, but he's telling me that it's like some heavy stuff has been going on. You've been going through some processes, and he's just been there literally with his hands on your shoulders and helping you with your resolve. So please trust your intuition. He's been a big part of that. He tells me I talk to her all the time. I support her all the time with what's happening in her life. And so I want her to know I'm here. That's why I think he's holding your shoulders, is like to let you feel it, okay? Be open and receptive, and if you want to communicate with him, you can ask him to show you certain things, and he will do that, okay? He's got a lot of energy with him, so it's not difficult for him to like turn on a light or to close a door or make some noise, okay? So just ask him to do that. All right.
Could you maybe just remind people not to spam and go over everything?
For sure. So if you guys cannot spam, that would be great. Just ask your question. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but just give us a few minutes because my lives are usually quite busy. You can book a session with me if you'd like to do so. You can do it through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve. I'm also publishing my first children's book. So if you're interested in taking a look at that, you can find that on my website as well. It is called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it is my rendition of what our soul goes through before it comes into our incarnation and what it's like when we get here, okay? So it's from the psychic's point of view, what it looks like on the other side before we come here and how that process is. And it's a great book for kids. I wanted something like this when I was a kid to help explain the soul, and that's kind of what this is all about. So if you're interested in that, you can find that on my website. I'm also on YouTube and on Instagram, so please follow me there. And if you do have an obscure username, please just put your initials or your name in with your question. I think I got it all.
All right.
All right.
Let's see here.
Does that go in front of your screen?
It does, yeah. All right, our next question here is from Martita, who asks, how many kids will I have? Any girls?
So I hear 3. Did she ask any girls?
Any girls,
yes. I do hear that you're going to have 2 boys and a girl. So I'm hearing 3. All right.
All right. Lala asks, is there a message from my dad and mom?
Okay, so mom comes through more often than dad. I'm hearing your dad kind of stays in the doorway. So if you get that sense that somebody's standing in the doorway, I want you to know that's him, okay? Your mom tends to sit on the bed with you, and I hear that they do dream time with you. So what that means is they visit you in your dreams. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to keep a record of that. More than anything, it's a lot of support from your mom. Your dad just kind of is in the background, so he does whatever your mom says, kind of the energy, okay? And it's this just, I feel him in your doorway a lot. So anytime that you're feeling that, I just want you to know it's not something to be scared of or creeped out by. It's him. And your mom, it feels she sits on the bed with you quite often. So she's sitting beside you quite often, okay, honey? What I want you to pay attention to is when you're feeling down, that's when you're feeling them the most. So your mom specifically, she tells me I comfort her quite a lot, and she physically is there with you, okay? So I want you to start paying attention to that. The dream time is important. They've been trying to communicate through dreams with you, and so keep a journal beside the bed, honey. It'll help.
All right. Our next question is from the very generous Nana Sharon, who is our number 1 gifter at the
thank you,
moment.
honey.
And she asks, wanted to hear from my son-in-law, died at 31.
It feels like it was quick, though, and it feels like it was a surprise or unexpected kind of a feeling, and I feel like it's like, whew, I'm like this fast. So I just want you to know that it's not like there was lingering of anything. It feels like I was gone quickly, okay? What I get, so it doesn't visit you as much, I'm going to say that, although I do feel that sometimes when you guys are talking about him, he does pop in. Definitely gone way sooner than expected on everybody's, including himself. He wasn't expecting to go that soon. And what I get with him is it's like, I don't know if your daughter or if they're like moved on, but I feel like I'm going to help with that. I'm going to help with making sure that love is found again. That's the message I get. Okay, so it's really important that we're open and receptive to it, okay? I do see that birds get sent, so this is when you know that he's around. There's birds, okay? And I do get, there's like static in the air as well, so you're going to want to pay attention to that. And sometimes he does knock. He'll knock, just knocks. So start paying attention, okay? But it's really about, I'm going to help with this love. I'm going to help with love. It's okay to move on. It's okay to have love. That's really the message that I get the most from him. Okay?
All right. One second here.
It's moving fast.
All right. Our next question is from Christy, who asks, will I get the HR job?
Yes, Christy, you will. Please keep me posted because I love to hear when it happens. I feel like it's definitely what you've been, thank you so much, honey, what you've been preparing for, okay? You're going to be good in it, and it's like you're stepping into this position, and then it's going to just escalate. You're going to grow in it quickly, is what I'm hearing. So, yay. All right.
All right. All right, our next question is from Katie, who asks, why are the spirits in my house trying to get my attention? Are they guides with a message? Thanks.
So it doesn't feel like it's your guides, honey. Your guides are very different in the way that they communicate with you. What I'm feeling is it's definitely connected to the home. So there's activity there. It feels like something has changed energetically in the home. And so it's their way of trying to let you know I'm here. Please don't change too much. I don't know if you're doing renovations or what's happening there, but please don't change too much, or at least talk to them before you do anything, moving furniture around, that kind of stuff. Like, it just feels like there's movement that way, okay? Nothing negative. I don't get that there's anything that's like negative or heavy or bad. It just feels like change is happening, and I need you to slow it down or not even do it. But I mean, this is your space, so you have to be able to do what you want to do. So just talk to them. I get that there's 3 spirits. So there's an elderly woman, there's a young man, and an older man as well. Okay, so it's two male energies and a female energy, but they feel somehow connected to the home. Your guides communicate with you in different ways. They talk to you through clairaudience, so it's like thoughts that will come into your head, and they use numbers with you as well, and songs and things like that. So that's where you're going to get your communication from your guides more so. All right.
Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Ricky, who asks, any messages from my wife? Thank you.
So Ricky, your wife is just a lovely soul. Oh my goodness. She comes through so gentle and so sweet and so loving, and absolutely is there as I'm letting you know that it's okay to be sad, but don't stay there. Okay, so don't stay in this stuck energy. That's what I'm feeling from her. She wants you to open your heart up again. She wants you to, feel her presence again. And I do get that she does lay with you, and she does mostly at night is when I feel her with you. Okay, she's with you a lot because you're really needing her, and it feels like you're really missing her. But nighttime, it seems that you're more receptive to hearing and feeling her. And so try slowing down in the daytime and asking her to come in. She comes in with a lot of light and just glowing with this love, honey. And it's really like she doesn't want you sad. So it's this healing energy that she's giving you. And it's about you opening up to love and being loved and being okay with everything the way that it is. Things are always constantly changing, and there's nothing we can do about that. And she's just such a lovely, lovely, lovely energy. Okay.
All right, next question.
After the corgi moves.
Our next question here is from Lucy, who is one of our top gifters.
Thanks, Lucy.
And she asks, will my finances get better soon? Feels like I'm drowning.
Yeah, Lucy, I see a shift happening. It feels around September, October for you, okay? So I know it's heavy right now, and it feels awful because you feel richer sometimes than you are. So what I'm going to give you is this focus on the money mindset. Really fill your mind with this understanding of the vibration and energy of money. There's lots of free content on the internet that you can find that's going to help you with that, okay? But I do see it shifting for you this year. So thank you so much, honey. It's not going to be next year. It is this year that you're going to have some reprieve. And I'm seeing September, October, whatever's going on now is not happening then. So it feels like there's more flow, more money coming in, and it's just more of a cushion. Okay, so it's gonna be okay. All right, honey. All right.
Our next question is from Stephanie, who asks, will I get a total job offer contract tomorrow? Thank you.
It feels definitely positive, honey, so keep yourself available and near the phone is what I'm hearing. Actually, it might even come in through email, but definitely it feels positive. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Nice change for you too. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Cheryl, who asks, my best friend and my soulmate passed last week. I visit his grave daily. Is he with me, please?
Yes, honey. I'm going to tell you, so he's with you all the time. You don't have to go to the grave. The presence is with you all the time. I see this, like super close to you. And I feel like on the left side of your body is where you're going to feel their presence. Okay, you don't have to grieve in that way because they're already with you. I'm going to give you a technique because I think this is going to help you a lot. Take a picture of your friend and look at it until you feel connected. You want to see their eyes, so make sure that their eyes are showing in the picture. Once you feel that connection, put that photograph down, and I want you to close your eyes and pull them up in front of you. This is the first way that I learned how to communicate with the other side, and it's just going to help you with this grieving that you're going through, honey. Your friend is still with you. They're not leaving. That's the main thing. I promised I'm not leaving, and this is somebody who is so deeply connected to your heart that they're going to stay as long as you need them, okay? So, and I hear that, I've been making myself known. Like, I'm there. You've been hearing it. You've been feeling me. You've been, I don't know why, but I see him very tall. And it's like taller than he should be is how I'm seeing it. So I'm not sure why that is, but that's what I'm seeing, okay? And I just want you to be paying attention to all of the stuff that's going on, because he's definitely around and definitely giving you signs that I'm still here, okay?
All right. Our next question is from Madison, who asks, will mine and my husband's financial situation work out soon? Thank you.
Yeah, so I feel like it's not going to be as smooth as you're wanting it to be until about next year, okay? So whatever's going on right now energetically, it's like this past momentum is what they're saying. So this is like where you guys were last year at this time. So shift how you're feeling about where you were last year and start focusing on where you want to be, honey, okay? So I see that shifting and changing and you guys having improvement, money in the bank and that kind of thing, more so in the beginning of next year. So you got this whole rest of the year to kind of go through. Try curbing your spending a little bit is what I'm being told to tell you. So just because you have the extra, don't spend it. They're telling me to tell you put it away because it feels like it ebbs and flows with you guys. So it's up and down, up and down, up and down. It's not a consistent financial stability at this moment, okay? But I do see that shifting for you for next year.
All right. Our next question is from Jen, who asks, when will my workers' comp lawsuit be settled?
Oh, there's a lot of resistance there. So I'm getting it for early next year, honey. So I know that sucks. They're pushing really hard to not settle, basically, is how it feels. So just be consistent, be persistent, and it feels like you may need to get somebody in to help with support, okay? So you may need to get some extra support around it, okay?
All right. 1 second here.
Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys. It's really appreciated.
All right, our next question here is from Diana, who asks, any messages from my grandpa?
Okay, so your grandpa, I don't know if he played music or what he did. He's showing me him playing something. So he's very musically inclined. When he's in your space, it's like this big party, okay? So he's very excited, and he shows me like, I don't know, he just always got really excited when people came around is what I'm getting from him. So he's just very much, I'm a party goer type guy. I don't feel like he's with you all the time, but I definitely do feel him in your space quite often, especially when you're thinking about him and talking about him, okay, honey? So I want you to pay attention. He's just really energized, like very animated and very like a party, and always excited whenever, like he tells me, I was always excited when they came over to see me. So it's kind of that energy that he comes with and comes in with, and he wants you to live your life, honey. Live it up. Live it up is his message. So that's what I get from him. I like it.
All right. Our next question here is from Marlene, who asks, will I have a new job soon? I'm having so many financial problems.
Yeah, I'm hearing it's going to be about August before you get what you're looking for, honey. But you're going to make it until then, so it's going to be okay. All right? So just be patient, but August is when the job that you need, that's going to be your stability and your anchoring for the future, is coming in. All right?
All right. Our next question is from Julie, who asks, does my best friend have any messages for me?
So I got your back, number one. Definitely watching out for you. There are certain individuals in your life that are in the way. I don't know what they mean by that, but that's what I'm hearing. So they're kind of helping with that to move that energy along, because it's not serving you, not necessarily being the person that they say they are, maybe is what, I think that's what's going on there. So I got your back is the energy that I get. So it's really about giving permission over and being like, hey, okay, help me find, the perfect relationship, the perfect job. Help me find, the joy and the peace that I've been looking for. That's what it feels like. I like the fireworks. Those are so pretty. All right.
All right.
Thanks
our next
so much.
question here is from Nova, who asks, will I get the FF internship?
Internship.
Oh.
That's all right. Tongue twister. Yeah, I do hear that you will get it, honey. It does feel like it might be a bit delayed. So there might be some paperwork stuff going on or something there, but it is definitely going to happen. Okay. Thank you.
Right. Did you want to go over how to get a reading with
Sure,
you?
yeah. If you guys want to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website at www.rebeccadragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve, and I do handbook all my appointments, so I'll book you in after this live, okay? I also have a members live I forgot to mention about too. So if you don't get your questions answered here, I do a members live once a month at the end of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every month. It is a select group, so if you sign up for the subscription. I only take so many, and you're guaranteed to have your questions answered, okay? And you can find that in my website as well, under Members Live.
All right. Our next question here is from our number one gifter, Roxy,
Thanks,
who
Roxy.
asks, will me and Success be in a serious relationship? Yes, Success is his name.
That's a great name, hey? Somebody was thinking. Absolutely, I do get that sense that you will be. I feel like you've got to take the step, though, because it feels like Success is a little bit timid or just old-fashioned. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. So you can ask, hey, let's go out and do dinner, or let's go out and have coffee, or whatever it is. But I feel like you have to step forward and do it. All right?
All right. Our next question is from Fantasia, who asks, will I finish school this year, and am I on the right path?
I feel like you're not going to finish it, because I feel like there's something happening that is prolonging it for some reason. So I don't know if you're in college and maybe you're going to add something to what you're doing, or whatever it is. It feels like you're adding something to your schooling. So you're not finished. You're not done schooling, and you're 100% moving in the right direction is what I'm hearing. There is guidance. You're being guided to do what you need to be doing, and you are a humanitarian and a healer, honey. So you want to be doing work that has you healing or helping with humanity. All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it goes so fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Roger asks, any message from Allie and Woody for me?
Yeah, so I don't get Woody as much. Allie, I get a lot of energy from her, okay? And so there's small animals. Small animals is what I'm being told. So it's like mice and squirrels and chipmunks and things like that. I'm using that as, this is what I send you, so you know I'm around. It's like almost a way of being like, this is their personality as well. So it's very quiet, very soft-spoken, very tender energy is what I'm getting. So you're going to want to pay attention. If you see a mouse, or you're seeing, small critters, that's what Ali says. It's from it's from me. So just be aware of that. Sometimes they will use small animals. Most of the time they use birds, but I don't get that with Ali, okay? And I do hear that there is a specific song that plays that reminds you of Ali. So that is Ali's way of validating that I am around, and I have been hearing. I see Ali also try to communicate through your dream time as well, honey. So start paying attention to when you dream about him. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Rose asks, how many future kids will I have?
So I hear 2 for you, honey. So 2 future children, and a boy and a girl is what I'm hearing. All right. Yay.
All right. Our next question here is from Jewel, who asks, when will someone worthy of my heart finally show up?
It's going to be about 2 years for you, honey, and that's okay, because you have some self-discovery that has to happen, okay? This year for you is really about you figuring out who and what you are, what you want to do with yourself, and where you want to be in your near future. So you got to clear out a lot of these old programs and understandings of who and what you were, because you're not who you used to be, and you're moving into who you really are. So you're going to figure yourself out, but it's going to take you that long. So it's going to be 2 years. All right?
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Courtney, who asks, are there any messages from my grandma?
So your grandma is very much about get the family going. So I don't know what she means, like start having a family is what it almost feels like. So start focusing on that part of your future, okay? She's really pushy about it. So I don't know, she's wanting the family to grow is what I'm getting from her. A lot of support and love from her, but it's really about like, let's grow this family. So that's what I get from her. Sometimes they can be pushy, I guess. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Sarah, who asks, is social media my path?
So it feels like, yes, social media is your path, but it looks like you're going to also be doing some kind of, like you're helping others with their social media is what it looks like. So if you aren't educated on it, I would get fully educated, because it feels like that's kind of where you're heading. Okay. So it's not just yourself, social media, but it looks like you're going to be helping others to have successful social media. Okay. So marketing, I guess is what that is. Yeah. Try to find the terminology.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Tammy, who asks, "Been an overwhelming year. Anything good ahead for me, and will I be in a relationship this year?"
Definitely, Tammy. I'm going to tell you this. What you've been going through has been purging all of the stuff that no longer serves you. Okay. So the pressure, the way that they show it to me, it's time to let that go. That's the past. Okay. I see you moving into a relationship in October. So that person is coming into your life fairly soon. Because you've been through so much and you've purged so much, just know that there's been a purpose to it, okay? So it's not just been like this horrible experience for nothing. Not that it's been that all horrible, but it's been heavy. So that's in the process of leaving. And what I'm seeing for you is by October, your partner is coming into your life. And I do see things moving in the right direction, and they're showing it going up, which always means that you're over the worst of it and things are going up. Oh, thank you, honey. All right.
All right.
I got 2 kisses. All right.
All right, this person says, "Be here. Is my now boyfriend of 2 years my soulmate? Will he want to marry later?" And she is our third top gifter.
Thanks,
who's
B.
sending those gifts right now.
Oh, thank you, honey. So what I'm seeing with you is, yes, definitely this is your vibrational match. This is a person that you guys have been through a lot. Now, I will say it's not 100%, which means there are things that we could tweak. But it can be like that in any relationship, right? Where there's things to work through. I do see you guys being in a very committed relationship. I don't know that you're necessarily going to go walk down the aisle. That I'm going to say. So it may be common law, but not necessarily marriage. So if that's what you're looking for, that may not happen. Okay, honey? So just be ready for that. Okay, but things can change depending on how you change around that as well.
All right.
All right.
Our next question here is from Isabella, who asks, "Will I be successful working in the veterinary field and with horses? Is it my purpose?"
100%, honey. I also see that you are going to start some kind of treatment with special needs kids and horses. So I don't know what that is, but that has to do with part of your plan, okay? Definitely you need to be working with animals, and you definitely should work with horses because you have this energy about you that they appreciate and they just accept you. So I would work with them for sure. All right. I love the duck. It's so cute. All right. Next question.
All right. India asks, "When will I move houses?"
So 7 months, I heard. It came through really fast. So I'm just going to say 7 months. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So just before Christmas. Oh well, it happens. We did that, right?
All right. Our next question here is from Farah, who asks, excuse me, "Anything on strength training / dancing soon? I feel locked in my body."
So it looks to me like... So get some amethyst, I'm being told to tell you. So you can get it just like this so that you can help. It helps with the physical well-being of the system. I do see things shifting, but it feels like it's about 8 months before you're where you want to be or where you used to be. I don't know what they mean by that, but where you used to be or want to be, it's about 8 months, honey, okay? So just be patient. And I want you to understand too that where you are mentally will help you. So what you do with your thoughts will effectively become your reality, okay? So play it in your mind, if that makes sense, and it will become where you are physically after, okay? As what our minds think, it doesn't know whether it's real or not real.
All right.
Yep. Thank you so much for all those crazy gifts. Those were fun.
Our next question here is from Jacqueline, who asks, "Will I be successful in photography?"
Oh, yes, yeah, definitely. It is a passion for you, and you're going to improve so much too. So you're already really talented, but I'm seeing over the next 2 years for you that there's going to be a lot of exposure, and you're going to get some pretty big jobs is what I'm hearing, okay? So don't give it up. Definitely. All right?
All right. Sorry, I can't read it.
I know you can't see the words after because there's a duck in the way.
Brittany asks, "Where do you see me love-wise?"
So Brittany, with you, I'm seeing your perfect match coming into your life in about 4 months, okay? So if you're in a relationship, this isn't your perfect relationship. I see somebody who's more vibrationally in your alignment 4 months from now. You got to do some working on yourself. The name Mark comes through, so I'm just going to say it because whenever I hear a name, there's always a reason to it, okay? But I want you to work on opening up your heart and stop being afraid. Don't be afraid of love, honey. Be open and receptive to it. I know there's a part of you that's like, I want it. And then there's this part of you that's like, I'm scared. So just, it contradicts the energy, and then the universe doesn't know what to do with that. So just be open and receptive and know that you are a master divine creator, and you are going to attract the right person that is for you, right? So remember those words. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Perla, who asks, will things look up soon financially and with family relationships?
So with the family, so honey, you're an empath. Okay. So you're very sensitive energetically, and it's difficult with the family stuff that's happening because, you can feel where people are, and it can be overwhelming. All right. So I want you to learn a little bit about that. I do see that the communication is going to improve, but you are always going to need to be very careful and guarded with your family is what I hear. Okay. So you have to, you can't just blatantly walk in and trust them. That's one message that I get. Financially, that was the other part, right? Mm-hmm. Financially, what I'm hearing for you is I'm seeing an abundance, and it's coming through really quickly. So you aren't there yet, but I'm seeing it happening this year for you, and it's like a lot of abundance. So whatever's happening around your finances is changing dramatically, and it's very positive. Okay, honey? So there's your message.
All right. Our next question here is from Emily, who asks, what kind of work should I go for?
So Emily, they're showing me your hands. So you're a hands-on healer, which means you should be a nurse, you should be a massage therapist, reflexology, something that has to do with physically healing the body, okay? If you haven't already looked into it, learn Reiki, because Reiki will help you understand the energy of things, okay? You are a physical healer, so you got to be doing that. You can work with animals if you want to do healing with animals as well, but I feel like you're good with people, especially older people for some reason, so that's where I'm being pushed to say it. All right.
All right. Our next question here is from Deborah, who asks, any messages from my late boyfriend? Also, we have about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do get your late boyfriend's energy comes through pretty much always with you is what I'm getting. But there is somebody that I see him visiting. So there is a family member or somebody that's important to him as well, okay? I hear that at nighttime I'm with you all night. So it's like, I hear you is what I'm getting from him. So you've been talking to him and he's hearing you. So this is his way of validating that he's hearing you. Okay, honey? Dream time is really important. So when you're so what he's telling me is you're not imagining when you feel me. Okay. So I need to give you that message from him. You're not imagining him. He's there and you physically can feel him. I feel him touch your hair. I feel him touch your arm. I feel him actually touching you. So yes, he's there, but I do get this caution for you to not get stuck in just being connected to him, okay? And that's what he's telling me to tell you. You know, don't keep pulling for me because I'm gone. You need to pull for somebody else, okay? And I know that's a hard message to hear, honey, because you're still grieving and processing. But I do feel that person is, there still with you, okay? So you're still going through the process, okay?
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Kate, or Katie, who asks, I just want to know if my dog Lucy is okay. She was a Shih Tzu and my best friend. Yeah, honey, of course. Absolutely fine. Still full of energy. So I see a lot of running around you, and, I feel like I'm still here. So you can sense them if you allow yourself. Your Shih Tzu still gets really excited. So I see that, like, when you come home, your Shih Tzu is excited you're there. So the energy is still around you and still your best friend, honey. They're not gone. That's the amazing thing about spirit, is that they get to be with us. Even if they're not physically with us, they're still with us. And just very excited dog. That's just super excited. And I do get that I jump on her lap. Like, that's what I'm seeing. So you're jumping on the lap and I'm sitting there with you. So I'm still with you. Okay, and I do feel like you're going to bring another animal into your home when you're ready. Okay, and your other Shih Tzu is going to be there to help with this other animal. All right? All right. Our next question here is from Janelle, who asks, will Landon and I ever conceive a child?
I do hear that you will, honey. There might be some issues going on, and it's not like you need in vitro or anything like that, but you may want to go and talk to somebody about just what you need to do to get your body ready, okay? Because it feels like there's some stuff going on inside the body that maybe isn't allowing it to happen, okay? But I do see you having one, and I do see it's within the next 2 years for you, okay? But you need to get your body ready is what I'm hearing. So you're not necessarily where you need to be physically to carry full term and healthily. I'm just pouring some water, sorry. Okay, go.
All right, our next question here is from Rainy, who asks, will I get the part?
Yes. Yeah, keep me posted. I heard yes right away, so.
All right. Here. Jamie asks, is there a message from my dad or grandma?
So your dad comes through more so than your grandma. Your grandma used to come around a lot, but then you didn't need her as much is what I'm hearing. So she's kind of transitioned and not around as much, except for when you guys are talking about her or you're thinking about her. With your dad, I get very a little overprotective, a little overbearing sometimes, and a little bit nosy about your life. So he interferes or intrudes sometimes with your life, okay? So I would talk to him about, boundaries, but it's just because ultimately there's a lot of love and care there. But his idea of things is not the same as yours. And so when spirit on the other side has a different perspective, they can kind of get in the way of relationships is what I'm hearing. And I get that sense with him that sometimes if he sees something that he doesn't like, it's like, okay, well, you're no good for my daughter kind of thing. And that's just it's too much of a blanket there, or too much of painting him with a broad paintbrush kind of thing. So talk to your dad about that. And you can just say, I got to live my life and have my experiences too. So let me have that. But if he is willing to send you the right people, you're totally open and receptive is what I would say to him. He's just really protective of you, honey. And that's okay. Just has to have his limits and his boundaries too. All right.
Our next question is from Adriana, who asks, will Wilbur and Adriana be a couple soon?
So it feels like about 2 months before it's going to be official, or it's going to be decided, I guess. It's moving slower than I think you want it to, but sometimes you have to allow that process, okay? So just be patient. I do feel that it is going to happen for you though, okay, honey?
All right. Our next question here is from Sharon, who asks, will I be successful and financially independent?
Yeah, I'm hearing 2024 is going to be your good year though. So that's the year where you're really, the next 2 years right now, whatever you're doing work-wise, it feels like you're setting yourself up for this success, okay? So you're at the starting line basically, and I'm hearing by 2024, that's when you're going to really see the momentum of what you've started, okay? So just be patient, honey. The saying Rome isn't built in a day, that is coming to mind, which means that you just have to let things build and give it some time, okay? All right.
Our next question here is from Abigail, who asks, will I be pregnant again and have a baby boy?
So I hear, yes, you're going to get pregnant again. I'm hearing a little girl, so it is going to be a girl. Sorry, you can try, but you're meant to have a girl is what I'm hearing. All right. Keep me posted. And it's going to happen soon, by the way. So I see the energy around you already. So that's always indicative of you're going to get pregnant within the next 6 months, usually, when I see it.
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question here is from Melissa, who asks, any messages for my stepdad, and how long do I have with my mom, please?
So your stepdad, it feels like I'm helping out with the whole situation in your life right now. So there's a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. I feel like with your mom, really take the time to be with her and spend as much time as you can. I feel like it's not long, honey. Okay. So I hate giving that kind of news, but it does feel like you already kind of know that. I feel like your stepdad's been helping though with this whole process. So there's a song that he's playing over and over again. They like to use music because the words are there, right? And so they can express their words. And I do feel like he's with you, like I sense him on the right side, standing behind you, just off the right, and really helping you and supporting you, honey. Okay, so just take this time to enjoy your mom. Okay, it's really important, and that's the message that I get. It's like every second, every minute that you can. Okay.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Stephanie, who asks, will I find a job soon?
Yeah. It feels like it's going to be within the next 2 months for you. Okay, so June is what I'm hearing, towards the end of June.
All right. Sabrina asks, what should my career path be?
So right away they're showing me you're very artistic in some fashion, but I'm seeing you doing like makeup and hair and aesthetics is what I'm being shown, honey. So if you don't know how to do any of those things, you may have to go back to school for it, but it's like makeup, nails, hair, that kind of stuff. So it's really about helping people feel good about themselves and look better is what I'm getting. So I would go into being an esthetician of some sort. Okay, I don't know if that's what they call it for the makeup and stuff, but that's what I'm being shown.
All right. One second here.
Thanks, honey.
All right. Lorna asks, will I have to move? Will I be okay? And does my mother have a message for me? Thanks.
So I do get the sense that you're going to move, but you are going to be okay. And I do feel like your mom has been really trying to get your attention. Okay, so she's been using animals. So she sends you birds, she leaves you feathers. One of the main things I get from her is like, you are well supported, honey, and nothing that happens to you, you are always going to land on your feet, is what your mom is telling me. Okay, so she's always been there helping you, and she's going to always be there to help you. You know, when she was around, and she's still around. So she's going to help you. And I do get the sense that there's some chaos a little bit going on around you right now, and you're kind of going through some stuff, and she's there helping you with that. Okay, honey? So you're not dealing with this on your own, and just trust her to help you find the right place for you. Okay, so she's willing to do that for you. She definitely likes to use, you know, the old traditional way of communicating. So it's like, you know, sending the birds, leaving feathers, leaving coins, that kind of thing. So she's very old fashioned that way. That's when you know she's around. Okay, her way of validating also that she's seeing the butterflies as well. All right.
Our next question here is from Sonal, who asks, will I find new employment that I will find fulfillment in?
So it feels to me it's about 4 months before you find what you're looking for. Okay, but be patient, because it's going to be exactly what you need to give you the opportunity to actually go up in the company, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so it's not just getting this job and then that's where you're staying. It feels like, you know, you're going to go up. So give yourself, don't just take whatever, basically, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so it has to be in alignment with you, honey, but I see it happening within the next 4 months for you for sure. All right. Yeah.
Our next question here is from our number one gifter, Stacy, who asks, when is my forever guy coming in? Thank you.
I heard August, so that's pretty quick. You've done the work, honey, and you're ready. That's the main thing. So George, I don't know who George is, but that's what I'm hearing. So it may not be their name. It might be the name of the person that introduces you, or some significance, but I do get the name. So, and I don't hear names just for nothing. So, all right. This is probably our last question. Okay. Yeah. So don't panic. I'll be back on again. Don't worry. If you didn't get your question answered here, you can join my members live, which is on the 31st of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a monthly subscription, but it does give you a guaranteed question answered, and I do it over Zoom. So it is face-to-face. If you're uncomfortable putting the camera on, you don't have to. You can leave the camera off and just talk, and I can answer the question that way for you as well, but you are guaranteed to get your question answered. You can book a private session with me through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. It is first come, first serve. And I am also publishing my first children's book. So I am doing some crowdfunding right now. So if you want to help me and support me there, either by getting a book or sharing the video that's on my TikTok, whatever it is, it would be awesome. And you can find me on YouTube and Instagram as well. Okay. All right.
Our last question. Our last question here is from Corinne, who asks, anything from my dad? Is he taking care of my dog? And it might actually be Karen.
Okay. So honey, I definitely feel that your dog is with you, not your dad. Okay. So I feel the dog around you. I get your dad coming in quite often. He tends to be there with you in the when you're first getting up is what I'm getting. So it's more in the morning, and that seems to be when you think about him the most, and when he comes into your mind. So it's his way of just validating, hey, I hear you and I feel you. What I get with your dad more than anything, honey, is like, I want you to be happy, and I want to help you find that happiness. So it's really important that you allow yourself to hear and feel him. Okay. So, what I'm hearing is you reminisce, but in a sad way. So reminisce about the joyous stuff, the happy stuff, not the I miss you and it's sad. Okay. And that's what I get from him. It's like, think about the happy times, because that's really what it's about. You know, those relationships are important, and we want to remember them in a good light, not in a sad light. So that's the message I get from your dad. Okay, honey? So thank you so much, you guys. The gifts were amazing. You guys are awesome. I'll be back on again, I think maybe even tomorrow, but put the notification on just in case. All right. Thank you, you guys. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye. Oh, my thing's not working. There we go.